तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. At Sri Radha Govind's shelter, we are here for morning value classes. You are all welcome. By the way, today is Ekadashi. Ekadashi. Dash means 10. Ek means 1. 10 plus 1, which means 11. And we have 11 senses. 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses, and 1 mind. So, the purpose of Ekadashi is to control the 11 senses. And twice in a month, this is a reminder for us that we should control 11 senses. Ekadashi means 11. And we have 11 senses. And to control the 11 senses is a reminder twice in a month. So this is a natural Vaishnava tradition that we are reminded every 15 days that we should control our senses. So in Nectar of Instruction and Preface, Srila Prabhupada writes, in any spiritual matter, control of senses or mind is most important. This is the introduction of Nectar of Instruction. Anybody remember that? In all spiritual practices, control of mind and senses is most important. And then Srila Prabhupada writes, to follow in the footsteps of the Goswamis, to know the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is the Radha Krishna and their conjugal affairs, one has to become Goswami. It means one has to control senses. And then he should become Vaishnava. This is what is the preface of Nectar of Instruction, right? Now, we will read one verse from Bhagavad Gita, and in the purport of that verse, there is another verse of Bhagavatam that speak about control of senses. And then there's a practical solution how to control senses. That's what we will discuss today. So the verse, if you want to see, this verse is, we want to enjoy some farm. Here want to see some sound. We want to enjoy some sound, some cinema sound, something like that. Test. We want to test any nonsense. So sense and sense object. But especially Sansa Prasaja Bhoga is touch organ, and which is basically speaking the shackle of the material world, shackles which bind everybody in material world, and that is Sansa Praja, which means basically speaking lust. The root cause is lust. That is the main root cause, and therefore from the beginning of life, brahmacharya is the standard philosophy of Vedic civilization, to teach from age 5 to the children the importance of brahmacharya. That is most important. The preservation of creative energy. Instead of going down, it goes up, called urdhreta. Urd means going up. Retas means creative energy. Then you will get a power of concentration, the power of discrimination. Then you will have very sharp intelligence. And they are called rishis, seers. So basically speaking, sense prasaja bhoga, that is the main sense of touch. But all other senses are part of it. One who wants to enjoy the sense object with the senses. What is the next line? Says, dukkha yoni evate. Dukkha means suffering, misery. Yoni means place of birth. It means where the misery takes its birth. It takes in the womb of sense enjoyment. Yoni means womb. It means all the sufferings, they are born from sense enjoyment. Now, in modern language, you want to tell one word, buy one, get one free. You enjoy senses, you will get suffering. Anyway, when I'm saying suffering, don't take it otherwise. One young student was coming in the class for regularly, then he disappeared for 2 weeks. And then he came. We asked, where were you? He said, what can I tell you? See, this is my engagement ring. This is my marriage ring. I said, you are happy, you got marriage. He said, there's another ring you don't see. I wish it's that ring. Suffering. It is included in that. This is a part of the game. If you marry, then suffering is with you. That ring you have to wear without notice, but it is always with you. That's called suffering. Right? That's also a ring. So that is what is called in the birth, in the womb of sense enjoyment, there is suffering. So from where suffering is coming? From sense enjoyment. So it's like you have a coin, you have to have both sides. You cannot have one side. You cannot have only enjoyment. Always suffering is included with it. It's a package deal. And then the third line says, Adi Antavanta. This enjoyment is filtering. It's coming and going. You cannot enjoy eternally. So this is Adi Antavanta. It has a beginning and it has an end. It's very filtering. And what is this called in a nectar of devotion? Chapala Sukha. What is it called? Chapala Sukha. Chapala Sukha. And what is the comparison to this? What is the other Sukha called? Chapal Sukha is, Chapal means transient. Chapal means very flickering. For a fraction of moment. And opposite to that, there is another Sukha that is called Brahma Sokyam Anantam. The happiness of the soul which is unlimited and eternal. So there is a comparison of the two. Right? So now the whole verse, I am reading Srila Prabhupada's translation. An intelligent person means Buddha. Does not take part in sources of misery. dukha yonya, which are due to contact with material senses, sons of Prasaja Bhoga, or son of Kunti, addressing. Such pleasure have a beginning and end, on ade antavanta. And so the wise man does not delight in them. Buddhana ramate. Now, Srila Prabhupada first in a purport speak about ramate word, from where this word Ram has come. Ramante word means, toys for the children. If children get a toy, he's absorbed in playing with toy. So in Sanskrit, toy is called Ramanaka. Ramanaka, it means with which you play. So that what Ram has come from, that source in which you are always absorbed in playing. So Ram is the source of pleasure. Like if toy is a source of pleasure for the child, Ram is a source of pleasure for soul. Is it okay? So now Srila Prabhupada says, material sense pleasures are due to contact of material senses with sense objects. And sense object, what is the technical word for sense object? Vishaya, number one. Vishaya. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amrit chhadi vishya mange, e bado murak. What it means? I am giving nectar and he is asking poison. So vishya means sense object, and vishya also means poison. In Sanskrit, vishya has two meanings, the senses and poison. Mahaprabhu said, I am giving nectar of holy name. Amrit chhadi, he is giving up that. Vishya mange, he is asking the sense enjoying facilities. Vish means Vishya. Vishya means object of senses. A bado murak, he is fool number one. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ami Vigya, I know. Ami Vigya, I know, I am wise. Why should I give him poison or sense enjoyment? I will not give him sense enjoyment. I will give him amrit. I will give him nectar. So this is the movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where sense enjoyment is like poison. And whole chanting of holy name is like nectar. So Srila Prabhupada writes, the senses, material senses, and what are the material senses? Which are all temporary, because of body itself is temporary. Body means senses. Senses means sense enjoyment, and that is temporary. Why? Because body is temporary. A liberated soul, Buddha, is not interested in anything which is temporary. The temporary thing, nobody is interested. There are two words, one temporary and one permanent. And for permanent, there are two very important words you have to always remember. Priya and Shriya. Priya is a temporary enjoyment. Shriya is long-term benefit. So now you remember the verse which Arjuna spoke when he was taking shelter of Krishna as a disciple. 2:7. Karpanya dosha upahat subhava prachami tvam dharam samudha cheta yata shriya sunishchitam, not priya. He's not asking for priya, he's asking for, this is one another topic, maybe separate value topic, the priya and shriya. Whole world is running for priya, but the best is shriya. Shriya means ultimate benefit for all. And two very vivid example is Dhruva. Dhruva means eternal. Dhruva means fixed. Dhruva means one who is working for Shriya. And the another name is Uttama. You know the two sons of Maharaj Uttanpad in Bhagavatam? There's Dhruva Maharaj, you know, the 5-year-old child Dhruva Maharaj, which means eternal, going for Shriya. And Uttam means temporary. It's just for some time. So he lost his life. So Srila Prabhupada writes, body is temporary. We should not go for temporary. We should go for permanent. Permanent is soul. Temporary is body. So there is also enjoyment in soul, but we people don't know. Now Prabhupada, a liberated soul is not interested in anything which is temporary, knowing well the joy of transcendental pleasure. Transcendental pleasure is within soul. Soul itself is blissful. And that is permanent. So he is not interested in temporary enjoyment of the body and senses, which is priya. He is interested in shriya, which is the transcendental pleasure of the soul. How can a liberated soul agree to enjoy false pleasure? In Padma Purana, this is the verse. Prabhupada now explaining Ramante. Ramante yoginam anante. Sat yoginam anante. Satyanande chidatmani. Iti Rama padesha padena sau. Paramam Brahma vidhiyate. Ramante yogino, those who are a yogi. And when we say yogi, means one who practices yoga. Yogi means one who practices yoga. And yoga means bhakti yoga. All other yoga are the steps to reach to the climax, that is bhakti yoga. In 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you know Prabhupada's purport. The yoga means bhakti yoga. All other yoga are a stepping stone to reach to the bhakti yoga. This is our philosophy. Is it okay? So yogino means those who practice bhakti yoga. This is the meaning of yoga. All other, it's like that. You have fourth story building. The stair of this building is called yoga. And the upper topmost building is the climax. The first floor, those who are living in the first floor, they are practicing karma yoga. They go through the stair to the first floor. Those who are practicing jnana yoga, they are living on the second floor. Using same stress case. Those who are doing dhyana yoga, they are living on the third floor. But those who are practicing bhakti yoga, they are on the top. It means they use the whole staircase. It means they know all the different yoga. So there's a topmost. So really stress is called yoga. And the yoga is to reach to the top. So yoga means to connect the relationship of soul with Sri Krishna. So bhakti yoga means bhakti yoga. So yoginom ramante. The yogis are enjoying what? Anante, one who is unlimited. Temporary, not temporary, permanent. And what is permanent? Satchit Ananda. Satya Ananda Chid Atmani. Satya means last forever. Satya, last forever. Anandi means blissful, and Chit means full of knowledge. Sat Chit Anand. Sat Chit Anand. And soul is Satchit Anand. Atmani. Soul is Satchit Anand. And Supreme Lord is also Satchit Anand. And Satchit Anand are the three energies, internal energies also of three types. Sat, Chit and Anand. Internal energy, like external energy, is made up of three modes of material nature. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Mode of goodness, mode of patience, mode of ignorance. This is material energy. External energy. Internal energy, somebody says, made up of three things. You can say Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat, Chit, Anand. So there are some three more technical words for this. Anybody know this? Sandini, Samvit and Haladini. Sandini means Sat, Samvit means Chit, and Haladini means Anand. Sat, Chit, Anand. So, everlasting, full of knowledge and blissful. So the real practitioner of Bhakti Yogi enjoy this pleasure. And therefore, iti Ram Padesh na asu. Therefore, there is a word Ram. Param Brahma means Supreme Lord. His name is Abhidhiyate, he is called Ram. So in our Hare Krishna mantra, when we chant Ram, this Ram for us Gaudiya Vaishnava is Radha Raman. Rama means Raman. Ramante. Radha Raman. So for us Gaudiya, this Rama is Radha Raman. But if somebody is, say, in a Madhva Sampradaya, say for example, or Ramanuja Sampradaya, they worship Lakshmi Narayan, then for them the Ram will be Narayan. That's called Lakshmi Raman. If somebody is devotee of Sita Ram, then the Ram will be Ram, Radha Sita Raman. Right? And Hare, for Krishna, for us, Hare is Radha. For a devotee of Ram, Hare is Sita. For a devotee of Narayan, Hare is Lakshmi. So Hare means internal energy of the Supreme Lord. So Paramatmane, that is called Ram. Now Srila Prabhupada writes the many translation of this verse. The mystics, yogis, drive unlimited, ananta, transcendental pleasure, ramanti, from the absolute truth, Paramananda, Param Brahma. Therefore, the supreme absolute truth, personality of God, is called, known as Rama. Ram means reservoir of pleasure. Now Prabhupada is quoting this verse from Bhagavatam about sense control. This verse is spoken by Supreme Lord Rishabdev. What is the name of the Supreme Lord? Rishabdev. Rishab means best. Rishab means best. Dev means God. God who has given best instructions. Rishabh means self-effulgent. And in 5th canto, he married the daughter of Indra, Jayanti. Rishabdev married Jayanti, the daughter of Indra. And he had sons, and the eldest son's name was Maharaj Bharat. And by that name, this whole planet is called Bharatavarsha. And he has 99 more sons. And this 100 sons of Maharaj Rishabdev, 81 become Brahman. Swaha, they were doing Karam-kanda puja. 9 become great renunciant called Nava-yogendra. And 10 become Kshatri rulers. So this son of Maharaj Rishabdev proved that it's not by birth somebody is Brahman, Kshatri or Vaishya. You can see 81 Brahman, 10 Kshatri. One father has sons. So the eldest son's name is Maharaj Bharat. And this planet is called Bharatavarsha. The whole planet Earth surrounded by a salty ocean is called Bharatavarsha. And where we are living now is called Bharatkhand. Bharatkhand means portion of Bharatavarsha. Khand means piece. So Bharatavarsha is the name of whole planet actually. And in Brahmavarta means the center of the whole earth. And then generally it says between the two rivers, Ganga and Yamuna. That is actually the most pious place. And in the assembly of great saintly persons, to his 100 sons he was instructing. This is called instruction of Rishabdev to his sons. And he was pointing to the one son who was ruler of this Bharatvarsh, Maharaj Bharat. In other words, it's for all human beings. He asked this question from his son, what are you going to do, my dear sons? They say, we grow up. Then we become also rulers, we enjoy. Then Rishabdev spoke this word. This is the first verse, 5th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 1, which is in the purport of this Bhagavad Gita verse number 22 in 5th chapter. So I am reading this verse. Nayam deho deha bhajan nirloke kashtan kaman aharate vidbhujante ye tapo divyam putraka ye na sattvam shuddhyayed yasmat brahma sokyam. Now this is the teaching of a great Supreme Lord to the humanity through his son, Maharaj Bharat, for all the resident of Bharatvarsh. This Bharatvarsh is also one of the tract of land in an island called Jambu Deep. So what is the address of all of you? We all have the address Jambu Deep. We live in the Jambu Island. We are living in Jambu Island. And in Jambu Island there is Bharatvarsh. One of the tract of land is called Bharatvarsh. There are 8 more. Total 9. 9 tract of land in Jambu Deep. So one is called Bharatvarsh, and that we are all living in that Jambu Deep. So our address is Jambu Deep, Bharatvarsh. And then you can write your own country, Korea. Okay, Jhulan Devi, Jambu Deep, Bharatvarsh, Korea, Deshe. And you have also some town there. In Korea, you are living in some town, right? And you have to say that town, Nagre. This is usually, in any puja we do sankalp, then we have to say this, that who am I doing this puja? So I'll say my name is this, I belong to this Rishi's descendant Gotra, and I live in Jambu Deep, in Bharatvarsh, and then in this country, in this city, on this date, I am doing this puja. This is, but for us, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us a very simple process. Gopi Bhardau Das 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 Anudas. So I am the servant of Gopinath, and I am doing this puja for you, sir. Very simple. And the Gotra for devotees in Krishna consciousness is Achyuta Gotra Utpano. Achyuta Gotra Utpano. We are connected with Achyuta, Krishna. And this Bhagavad Gita starts with the word Achyuta and ends with the word Achyuta. Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna speak first verse. Senyorobhyo rathe stapya me Achyuta. And in the end Arjuna says, Nashto mo sumarti labdva tva prasad Achyuta. So this Achyuta is Krishna. Between these two Achyuta, whole Bhagavad Gita is there. And therefore, this Achyuta is Krishna. Because Gita is spoken by Krishna. And Bhagavad says, Devanam Achyuto. Of all the personality of worshipable God, Achyut is the topmost. Achyut means Krishna. Gananam Yatha Ganga. Among the flowing rivers, Ganga is the topmost. Devanam Achyuto. Among the worshipable gods, Achyuta, Krishna is the topmost. And then, Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. Among the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the topmost. The fourth is, among the Puranas, Bhagavatam is the best. And this is the verse of Bhagavata Purana. Now, this verse says, Na ayam. Na ayam. Ayam means here in this world and this body. Deho, deho, deh bhajan. Deha, this body, is not for sense enjoyment. In this world, this body is not for sense enjoyment. Why? It gives a kashta. Kashta means suffering. Kashta means pain. Kaman means because we desire pleasure, sense pleasure, so it gives pain. Same thing. Sense enjoyment, pain. And this enjoyment of senses is available in animal life, with bhujan, like the pig, dog, stool eater, hog. This is available for them. They are enjoying senses. For whatever human life is meant, tapo divyam putraka. My dear children, do the transcendental austerities. Tapo means austerity. Voluntarily accepting some difficulty, like early morning, getting up early in the morning is austerity. Fasting on Ekadasi is austerity. That is called divine austerity. People are doing austerity in this world. It's not that austerity they are not doing. You have seen in a local train in Bombay, have you ever seen? The people are hanging for 2 hours in the train. This austerity is not less than Hiranyakashipu. Hands up for 2 hours every day. And when we ask them to chant Hare Krishna, hands up, they will not do this. Because they are already tired by hours of keeping their hands up in the local train. So this austerity, child is doing austerity early in the morning, 7 o'clock, 5 kilo books on the back, going to the school and having a lunch box, and by the time he eats, it's going to be cold. It's an austerity. But it's not divine austerity. Because this austerity is not to get connection with Krishna. Divine austerity means, austerity by which we get association of Krishna. That's called divine austerity. Tapo devyam putraka. Putraka, ka word is affection for the own sons. Putraka, my dear, darling sons, please do austerity. What is the benefit of austerity? If I do austerity, what will I get? Sattvam shuddhyet. So now, the rest of the class we will try to learn what is Sattvam shuddhyet. Sattva means existence. Sattva means existence. Shuddhyet means purified. Our existence is purified by divine austerity. And if the existence is purified, what is the benefit? Brahma Sokhyam Anantam. Then you will get happiness which is unlimited. It's not flickering. And it is coming from purified stage of consciousness, which is symptom of soul. Consciousness is symptom of soul. It's coming from the, and this word is Brahma Sokhyam, okay? And then Bhagavad Gita, no, you have not yet come to the 18th chapter. And in the 18th chapter, there is a verse, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. It means when you purify your existence, then you will get the stage of Brahma Bhuta. Prasanna Atma. Now soul is blissful, very satisfied, happy, prasan. Prasan means happy. Prakristena rupena prasanna. He is completely blissful. Shanta, prasanna. Na sochati, na kankshati. He is not hankering for anything. He is not disturbed if something is gone. Samasat sarveshu bhuteshu is equal to all. And then what he gets? Really he gets labhate magbad bhaktim param. Then he will get my uttama transcendental devotional service, pure devotional service. So basically we have to purify our existence by controlling mind and senses. Then we can really practice pure devotional service. Now we have to purify our existence from what? What have contaminated our existence? And what is our existence? This we have to discuss now. Okay, now I am reading the translation of this verse by Srila Prabhupada. My dear sons, there is no reason to labor very hard for sense pleasure. Whole world is working hard just to earn money for enjoying. 5 days they earn money, Saturday and Sunday they spend and enjoy. This is what the whole world is doing. While in this human form of life, such pleasures are available to the stool eaters, hogs. Such sense pleasure is easily available in animal life. Why are you wasting this life for that purpose? Rather, you should undergo penance in this life by which your existence will be purified, and as a result, you will be able to enjoy unlimited transcendental bliss. Now here, this purport, therefore, Prabhupada writes, therefore, those who are pure, true yogis, bhakti yogis, are learned transcendentalists, are not attracted by sense pleasure. So you want to be Buddha or Buddhu? Buddha means intelligent, wise, and Buddhu means fool. So what do you think? On this planet there are Buddha or Buddhu? There are wise or fool? Huh? Majority, 99% are fools, Buddhu, right? And one of the purport you have read in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Prabhupada writes, 99 people are Naradam. Which is that purport? Name dushkurno mudha prapandyande naradhamaha. Naradham means lowest among men. Why Prabhupada said they are 90%, 99% Naradham? Means fools. Why? What is Srila Prabhupada has written there? One word? Huh? They are not? They are not regulated, but there is one specific word there. Nobody is performing Garbhadhan Sanskar. You know, this is the word written there. Garbhadhan Sanskar. It means everybody is interested in Sansa Prasaja Bhoga. They are not waiting even to the ceremony of Garbhadhan Sanskar. And 99% are not doing. Even here in a Brahman families of India, they are not doing, what to speak of others. Somehow by Krishna conscious movement in a outside world, in Russia I was there, and they said we want to do Garbhadhan Sanskar, and what the Russians are doing, but the Indians had forgotten this. So this is quite a paradox now. So therefore, not attracted by sense pleasure, which are cause of continuous material existence, means repeated birth and death. The more one is addicted to material pleasure, the more he is entrapped by material miseries. More pleasure, more misery. So now I would like to go to Bhagavatam and give you the easiest method to purify the existence. Very easy method to purify the existence. But before that, I think we should understand what is existence and how to purify. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, there's a one verse in 10th canto, chapter 7, verse number 1. Can you find it out? 10, 7, 1. Is there word Satyam Sudhyate in that? Word is there, okay? Okay. Now, how easy it is that also you should relish. Oh, is it verse number 1? Oh, 10, 10, okay, 10, 7, verse 1 and 2 both, huh? Okay. So, before we read this verse and find the process for purification, Sattvam existence for continuous our material life. Existence for continuous of our material life. It means going from one body to other body. Is subtle body. What is that? Subtle body. And this subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, false ego, and polluted consciousness. Man, buddhi, ahankar, and chit. That is sattva. It needs to be purified. So what has contaminated this? So the purpose of sense control is to purify existence. And our existence is our subtle body, because that carries us from one body to the other body. Soul is carried from one body to other body by, this is 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You have not yet reached there. There is a verse. As the air passes over some fragrant flowers, it carries the fragrance, aroma. Similarly, the mind carries the desires of the soul from one body to other. So impressions are on the mind, and mind is the part of subtle body. So basically we have to purify mind. Existence means mind. Or now when we say mind, mind is also one of the senses. Right? We have changed many bodies, but our mind is same. It's not that we have changed mind. And there's another verse in Bhagavad Gita where mind is, Krishna is saying in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Among these senses, I am. It means mind is Krishna's vibhuti, opulence. It means it belongs to Krishna. Therefore, because mind belongs to Krishna, nowhere mind will be satisfied in this material world. You give mind to anybody, anywhere, it will never be satisfied. Because this is a rule. Anything which belongs to somebody, it has to go there. Like this stone, the mud you throw up, it will come back because this belongs to earth. Right? Anywhere you throw water, it goes to the ocean because it belongs to ocean. You light the fire, it goes up because it comes from sun. So the mind comes from Krishna, it has to go to the Krishna. Therefore in sadhana bhakti there is only one rule. And what is that rule? Always think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. So thinking of Krishna is function of mind. Thinking of Krishna is function of mind. And there is also Yena kena prakarena mana Krishna padara vindyo. There's a rule. There's a typical for the sadhana bhakti. So existence purification means purification of mind. It also means purification of chitta. Chitta means consciousness. So all these four things of the subtle body, what are the four things of subtle body? Mind, intelligence, false ego, contaminated consciousness. So they are of two types, contaminated and pure. Mind is contaminated, mind is pure. Intelligence is contaminated, intelligence is pure. Ego is false and ego is true. And consciousness is contaminated and consciousness is pure. Right? So, these four things is our existence. It needs to be purified. But before, they are contaminated with what? Huh? Say? By? Three modes of material nature. This is the answer. Our existence is contaminated by three modes of material nature. They exert their influence on the subtle body. And subtle body is polluted by coming in contact with three modes of material nature. Okay? Now there is a false ego and there is a true ego. True ego is, I am eternal servant of Krishna. This is true ego. I belongs to Krishna. It's true ego. So by this austerity, we will learn true ego and we will give up false ego that I am enjoyer of this body. So before I continue further, I will tell you two more words. There are two attitudes or mentality of the living being on this planet. A enjoying mentality and a service attitude. Enjoying mentality is cause of suffering. Service attitude is our natural constitutional position. So the whole process, and this is a nectar of instruction, everything depends upon attitude. Is there? Is this line there? Depends upon? Attitude should be service attitude. not enjoying mentality. Enjoying mentality is polluted. Service attitude is purified. And this attitude means to control mind and senses. There. So now we know our existence is polluted by this, okay? So I told you two type of ego. False ego, I am this body, I am enjoyer, these are all mine. True ego, I am Krishna's. Krishna has to enjoy me. The Krishna is enjoyer and I am to be enjoyed by Krishna. The true ego. Intelligence is of two types. One is called Sati Mati. What is called? Sati Mati. Sati means chaste. Mati means intelligent. And the word is Sati Mati Mukande. The chaste intelligent is attached to Mukanda, Krishna, the one who gives liberation. And Bhagavad Gita has only two things. Krishna is asking two things from us. He's not asking from us wealth, home, no. May arpit mano buddhi. What is saying? Give me mind and intelligence, right? And another verse he says in 12th chapter, Mayev manadhastva may buddhim niveshaya. May buddhim niveshaya means, nivas means place of residence. So, make your intelligence place for me to reside. You understand what it means? And who is the example of the one who requested Krishna to sit in the intelligence? Arjun. Where is Krishna sitting on the chariot? Chariot driver. Right? And our intelligence is the chariot driver of this body. Right? So Arjun is the example who has given his intelligence to Krishna. He's allowed Krishna to sit in the intelligence. Mai buddhim niveshaya. This is the picture. And Bhisham Dev is another example. He's saying, please Krishna accept my intelligence. Maya iti mati upakalpita vitrashana bhumane. Please accept my intelligence. I am giving you my intelligence. Bhagavad. And mind has to the Krishna is given by gopis of Vrindavan. They have given their mind to Krishna. Our Rupa Goswami has given his mind to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We understood the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Manmana. So pure mind, pure intelligence is Sati Mati Mukande. That intelligence on which Krishna resides. And polluted intelligence is in Bhagavatam Puranjan Buddhi. Which intelligence? Puranjan means enjoying in the body. Pur means body. Ranjan means enjoy. So that's called Puranjan Buddhi. Polluted intelligence. So now we have discussed polluted ego and true ego. Polluted intelligence and true intelligence. Now mind. The polluted mind and pure mind. So mind is also polluted by the impression from many lifetimes karma. There are many impressions on mind. It's full of many impressions. And to purify mind, the mind focus on Krishna. Mind focus on sense enjoyment is polluted mind. Mind focused on Krishna is pure mind. And then consciousness, polluted consciousness, material consciousness, pure consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Is it okay? So our sense control is to purify our existence. And what is the easiest method? This is the verse very important. And this verse, Parikshit Maharaj says, by hearing Krishna Katha, there are 7 benefits. And one benefit is Sattvam Shuddhiyet. So this is so simple. And therefore Prabhupada said, every night before sleeping, you read Krishna book. And these are the benefit of reading Krishna book. Now what are the benefit? Yena avatarena Bhagavan Hari Ishvara Karoti Karan Ramyani. If we hear the pastime of Krishna, then first thing is Karana Ramyani. Karan means ear, Ramyani means getting pleasure. This is a feast for the ears. Manognani, the mind is pacified. Mind become peaceful. Prabhupada writes, Manovigyani. Attract the mind. Very attractive to mind. These stories are attractive to mind. Again, I will remind you, I think in Bhakti Shastri we have revised this, we refreshed our memory. Krishna conscious culture of mind. What is Krishna conscious culture of mind? Yes, nectar of devotion. Even first, you got done that day in a class, somebody found out the page, and we read this mental culture of Krishna consciousness. Sorry?
Taking shelter of Guru. Taking shelter of Guru.
That is for body. Mental culture of Krishna consciousness. You all students, 3 days back we discussed this. We opened the book, we read the whole page. I am failure. You are not remembering this simple thing. To always think of pastime of Krishna and Kurukshetra and Vrindavan. You remember this? You remember this? We discussed this? So, pastime of Krishna and Kurukshetra means Bhagavad Gita. Pastime of Krishna and Vrindavan means Bhagavatam. So, mental culture of Krishna consciousness. It means mind, if you want, attracted to Krishna, then read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavat. This is the sadhan bhakti. Mind, how it should be engaged. Is right? Why you don't remember this thing? We have revised this. You found out the page. We read the whole page. Right? The body can only be engaged in Krishna's service when it is initiated. And then relation develops. Right? So, these are 2 benefits. Third benefit is Yat Shranavato Apayati Arati Vitrashana. If we hear Krishna Katha, then the 2 benefits are there. Prabhupada writes, I would see. One is apayati, vanishes, arati, unattractiveness. Because we are not attracted to Krishna Katha, that will be removed. So we are attracted to Krishna. By hearing Krishna, we will be attracted to Krishna. Sri Radha Govind Dev ki jai. Sad Goswami Pad ki jai. Sri Rupa Goswami ki jai. I think it means time is getting to close. Okay? So, arati. Rati means, rati means bhav. Bhav bhakti is called rati. We are doing arati. Arati. It means we see the beautiful form of Lord when we offer arati and we get attached to the Lord. Rati means attachment. Arati. And Vitrashna. The third word is Vitrishna. And we are freed from, the word is Vitrishna, which means dirty things within the mind that make us uninterested in Krishna consciousness. Vitrishna. Trishna means hankering for material enjoyment. Vitrishna means free from material hankering and easily attracted to Krishna. So two benefit. Attraction to material life decreases, attraction to Krishna increases. This is the 4 benefits by now. Benefit number 5. Sattvam cha shuddhyait acharena punsha. Acharena means very quickly the existence will be purified. So by simply hearing the pastime of Krishna, by reading Krishna Katha, our existence will be. And there is another way of purifying the existence. Cheto darpanam marjanam bhavamahadavagani nirvapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. By doing Krishna Kirtan, our dirt on the mirror of the mind will be removed. Darpan means mirror. Cheto means consciousness. And marjanam means cleaning. So the dirt on the mind is cleansed by chanting holy name and by hearing Krishna Katha. So Shravan and Kirtan, these two processes. Sattvam cha shuddhet, then our existence will be purified by this. And the one more thing, that is a good criteria to know that our existence is purified or not. That is the another benefit. Bhakti harao, then our bhakti for Hari will manifest. And we are really advanced in bhakti, then the another criteria is tata purushatache sakhyam, then we will develop friendship with the devotees. Have you developed friendship with the devotees in Bhakti Shastri here or Bhakti Sadachar? You develop some friendship with the devotees? Like-minded devotees is called Sajatya Bhakta Sangha. Sajatya Bhakta Sangha. These are the 7 benefits of hearing Krishna Katha simply. This will actually it means, simple thing is that senses need engagement. Now either you engage in a material sense gratification or engage all the senses in the service of Krishna. And all the senses are engaged in the example of all the senses engaged in Krishna is Maharaj Ambrish. Maharaj Ambrish is Sarvanga Bhakti. He is using the all limbs of bhakti. So all senses are engaged in Krishna. So we have nothing to stop. So we have to see, but we see the beautiful form of Krishna. We have to hear. We hear Krishna Katha. We have to taste. We taste Krishna Prasad. We have to smell. We smell the flowers offered to Krishna, the incense offered to Krishna. And we have to touch. We should touch lotus feet of serve the devotees of Krishna. Clean Mandar Marjanam, clean the temple. So all senses can be engaged in service of Krishna, and mind in thinking of Krishna. By that, sense control is very easy. So the more we are absorbed in the thought, hearing and chanting, the more we will be purifying our existence and our senses are automatically controlled. then the senses will be like an example given in Bhagavad Gita, the snake without teeth. Snake without teeth, no poison. So no vishay. Vishay means no sense enjoyment. Senses are there, but there's no poison. So that will they are purified senses. So the whole process of devotional service is to purify the senses and mind. And with that we can love and serve Krishna and become a friend with the devotees. Tada Purusha Sakhyam. So I end here. Any question or comment?
What is the source of the same benefit of Krishna?
What is the?
What is the
What is the source of?
source of the benefit of hearing Krishna Katha, the same benefit?
What is the source? Hearing Krishna Katha from the nectar flowing from the mouth of devotees of Krishna.
I mean the verse. What is the first number of the benefit that you just...
The Shastrical reference.
What she said?
So you're looking for the Shastrical reference.
Verse. This verse? This verse is 10th canto, 7th chapter, verse number 1st and 2nd. 10, 7, 1, 2.
So probably like you got two attitudes now, like one is enjoying attitude and one
Other is service attitude.
service attitude. So these sometimes like naturally the service attitude comes. Sometimes naturally this enjoying kind of. So what is the source, like why this attitude comes? It's not like artificially we are like it comes.
If you have some senior person or the advanced Vaishnava you are working under that, then you will have service attitude. If you work independently, then you will have enjoying attitude. Very simple. If you have some authority, then you have a service mood. If you think I am independent, there's an enjoying mood. Therefore, everybody must have some authority. It's very simple. Because ego can only be reduced if we have somebody on top of us. Any other question? Yes, Prabhu.
I have two questions. One is in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is praying to Krishna. He's addressing Krishna as Rishikesha, and he's requesting Krishna to please control my senses.
Uh-huh.
It is just Krishna by Rishikesha. So my question is, in our day-to-day life, one could try to.
Arjuna is requesting Krishna to control my senses.
Yes.
Okay.
In our day-to-day life also, one could try to do the process of sense control in two ways. One is by one's own capacity or effort. The other is like depending on Krishna, like what Arjuna is doing.
Depending upon Krishna means for following Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna was for Arjuna, for us is Bhagavad Gita doing same work. So if we follow Bhagavad Gita, then there is a mental culture of Krishna consciousness. You read Bhagavad Gita, it means you are getting instruction from Krishna directly, like the Arjuna was getting. And the example is very simple. Again, you see the picture of Bhagavad Gita. The chariot is body. We are the passenger as a soul. The senses are horses. And the reins is mind. And mind is in the hand of Krishna. In one hand of the Krishna there are reins, right? In the left hand he has rein, totre vaitre kapanai. And in the right hand he has a whip. That whip is to control the senses. So Krishna controlled the horses by whip. If we give the reins of our senses, which is mind, in the hands of Krishna. May arpit mano. You give the mind to Krishna, then Krishna will control the senses with the whip. इंद्रियों के न घोड़े भगे, इनको संयम के कोड़े लगे. Make sure the horses of your senses should not go astray. Always there should be the whip of discipline to them. So Krishna is disciplining. Discipline. Sanyam ke kode lage. Sanyam. So Krishna control the senses. If we give mind to Krishna, which he is asking us, then he will control our senses. We keep mind and ask Krishna. And therefore, this is the definition of bhakti. Rishikena sevanam bhaktir uttama. So Krishna is Rishikesha. He will control the senses. He is Govinda. He will control the senses if we give our mind in him. And there is a common saying in a Hindi language, Meri dori tere haath. You know? Dina bandhu dina nath. It means my mind I am offering to you, Krishna, please. You take charge of my mind. And then all the senses will be automatically controlled. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
And Srila Prabhupada has given another good advice. If you control your tongue by two things, chanting Hare Krishna and honoring Krishna Prasad, other senses will be controlled. Hare Krishna. So we end here. Sense control is by chanting Hare Krishna and reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And that will purify our existence, and then all problems will be solved. Sense enjoyment is always source of suffering. And this ring everybody is wearing and nobody sees. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupa Goswami ki jai, Radha Govind Dev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you.